You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, King Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's Revenge After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Revenge After Show.
Welcome, Bing is for doing, and we're here doing the first episode in February, episode 13, called Union.
He'll say February again.
February.
I like the little routine you were doing before with the hands. Come on.
I know, I was excited.
Woo.
We're good. We're glad to be back. Revenge has been gone too long. I felt embarrassed when I first started watching. I was forgetting names. I was like, what's Victoria's name?
Who are these people?
I know. But I'm glad. See, that's what happens when we take a break. We forget. But luckily we got back into the swing of things. I, of course, am your host, Phil Svitek, joined alongside yet again.
I'm Anna Koppel.
Welcome.
I'm Katherine Tulich.
Welcome. I'm excited. Really good episode, I thought.
Yeah, solid episode.
And we thought we would see the boat sinking. Don't know if that's a big spoiler alert, but
They've been talking about it for months.
Yeah.
what is this, Gossip Girl? Martin, what are you playing in there?
I went for the spoiler alert, and
That doesn't
it hit
sound
Gossip
like
Girl.
You know what?
Rewind, do it again. So
No,
it might
I
be
am not a
spoiler
gossipy
alert.
girl, Martin.
Kind-
For
you
those of
kind
you who
of
don't know,
are.
Martin
You
is in the
kind of are.
booth, and I used to do Gossip Girl too, by the way, so it's Martin's joke on me. Thanks a lot,
okay.
Martin.
All right.
I will get my revenge on you.
Revenge for real.
Well, listen, I don't think it's a spoiler alert because they've been teasing this.
For like months.
Yeah, pretty much since we started the show.
Yes.
So if anything, it's a non-spoil. It's a disappointment alert.
Yeah,
It's a letdown alert.
that's
We don't have a disappointment alert.
We should
sound
get
effect.
one. We should really get one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hype alert. Hyping alert. A hype alert.
But I thought first off, just the way they brought us back into, we've been talking about the initiative a lot, and we said, we want the real story. And to give us that opening scene of Amanda and Jack's wedding as kids, that was a really nice way to start this episode off.
Yeah, that was.
But before we get into the wedding, let's start with there's calling the kettle black. That was a Nolan joke to Padma. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Nolan's kind of confused by his relationship with Padma, rightfully so.
Well, exactly. Is she the real thing or not? I don't know. I'm still wondering. Do we believe her tonight?
Well, do you?
I don't know. You never know who to believe on this show.
You don't. I think Nolan's doing his investigation, and I think because of the father, he believes it. And as he says, his love defies logic. And ultimately, I think she's coming clean in tonight's episode.
You don't think it's a tactic just to get the whole carry-on thing, that she knew that it wasn't complete?
How would she have known if it was complete or not?
I don't know. Did she give it? Did she know that it wasn't complete?
The initiative could have.
That's what I'm saying.
Anna, your thoughts?
Well, I think you should always only trust Emily. Maybe not only trust Emily, like she's the only person to be trusted. But in situations like this, yeah, I think you should definitely just take Emily's advice. If her advice is, listen, don't let her know that you know, that's the advice he needs to follow.
Which he didn't.
Right, which he didn't, and I think that's a mistake.
Yeah, I mean, again, whenever Nolan is doing his revenge-y stuff, he's not the greatest leader in this.
Yeah.
Right.
He's great at following orders, but so I don't know. I get worried. I want him to find love, but then where does our friend EJ come in? Because we know he's a good guy.
And he's coming back, right?
I believe so.
Okay. All right. So maybe when he finds out Padma's not who she says she is. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
At least EJ's been truthful from the beginning, but then again, he and I call him EJ even though he's Marco on the show. He's been truthful from the beginning, but he also hurt Nolan's feelings.
Yeah. But I don't know, I just think with Padma, I mean, that, yes, she could be coming clean, but there's also, that could have been that tactic of, you know, not here, let's go and talk somewhere else, and then you sort of pour your heart out, and you get his trust even more. I don't know, you know, when she said that, you know, her feelings are real for him, I'm not too sure whether I believed her or not.
Yeah.
I'd be nice.
Yeah, I think
nice, because Nolan deserves love.
Nolan does deserve love, but I think those things only work out in like teen movies, you know? This started as a setup, but then my feelings turned out to be real. You know, that's the only time those.
This is a nighttime soap opera. It could work out.
Yeah, but I don't know. It only works out in like She's All That.
But it's going to be like I mean, here's the good news / bad news. However, if it ends up working out, it's going to be a Shakespearean tragedy, ultimately, where he's going to lose Padma. I predict if she truly loves him. Now, if she doesn't love him, then obviously we've got bigger issues.
Right.
So either one would be fun for me.
I feel like, sorry to interrupt you,
Go ahead.
that if she did love him, that she would maybe take him out of the office and be like, listen, I love you, and this is how it started out. Like, I've been set up. I need your help. What's this thing?
What do we do?
Yeah.
Here's all the information I got. Take him down.
Yeah.
Because she sort of waited till she got caught out, right? Because basically Nolan said to her, you haven't been contacting your father, right? So
Right.
she didn't exactly confess at first.
Right. And I think that, I mean, she has to know that this is going to hurt him on some level. Maybe she doesn't understand the depth of it, but why not at any point say, hey.
Write a note earlier, like,
Yeah.
hey, let's go out to dinner or something like that.
Yeah.
And then at dinner tell him.
They might be spending nights together. I mean, why not ever say, this is what we're into?
That's a good point. I don't know. This show is so complicated. You
I'm
just
saying,
never
the jury's
know.
out on Padma. Is she good or is she not?
I think I'm hoping that this love defies logic. And it works out. I don't know. It's the hopeless romantic in me, especially with Valentine's Day coming up.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Do you have a perfect gift for your Valentine yet, Phil?
No. That would require a Valentine. But you guys, hey, why don't we get into this? If you, I was going to save this for later, but you know, this is a good time to do it.
Segue.
You know, if you guys are shopping for that very special one, why not go to the AfterBuzz store? Go to AfterBuzzTV.com. Click on that banner. Hey, your girl or guy has an iPad, a computer, anything like that. They need a cover for it. Why not get one with, you know, that has AfterBuzz?
It's been
A
chilly.
shirt?
It's been chilly out. Might need a hoodie.
That's right.
Yeah.
Or if you're doing the dirty deed that night, 9 months later, you got a kid, you got to get a onesie. We have those.
Really?
Yeah.
We got AfterBuzz onesies.
I got one for my
great.
niece.
That's right.
There's a photo now I just learned on the Twitter feed of my niece in the onesie.
It's awesome. And so, yeah, you know, start planning now. You guys are going to have a romantic evening. Things wouldn't be happening now. You know, 9 months later, you don't want to be buying this stuff. Buy it now.
Be prepared.
Anyway, AfterBuzzTV.com. Click on the merchandise store. I'm sure he or she will love it.
And what a better way to spend Valentine's than watching AfterBuzz or listening to AfterBuzz.
What a romantic evening.
What a romantic evening.
Curl up, open a bottle of wine.
Maybe we can live stream like us having
Yeah.
Valentine's Day, like us as AfterBuzzers together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So sweet. Yeah.
I love that dare not speak its name. Aiden and Emily. My gosh, this is tragic.
Okay, first, before we say Aiden and Emily, while we're still kind of on Nolan, I can't believe Nolan and Aiden. Nolan had some part in the video with Aiden's sister.
Yes.
That shocked me.
Well, he found it, right? Is that what he...
He got it to Emily and things like that. You know, I mean, in last week's episode, we knew that Emily and Nolan were working together. This we knew.
Emily and Nolan were working together, yeah, but he got that video from the initiative.
Yeah.
But Nolan had some part in that video and tape or
Not tampering with it, but getting, I mean,
Getting
here's...
access to it, right? That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, it was that. And here's what I would like to know: did he know beforehand or not the fact that it was 6 years ago?
I don't know.
Well, you think if he's good with video and all that metrics, whatever you need to know, he would have checked all that out, wouldn't you?
You would think so. Sometimes even Nolan could miss. I don't know. That's the question I'm asking myself though. Did he know that the video was dated 6 years ago? And if so, what ramifications that has on, that friendship? Because it didn't seem to play in that regard in terms of Aiden versus Nolan of that regard. It was more of like, oh my God, she actually is dead, and what happened last week with Emily, that was not her fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Aiden was pretty angry at Emily, so at least now he can't directly blame her because it wasn't a result of her actions.
Yeah.
Because if it happened 6 years ago, it certainly wasn't.
And that's how easily they manipulate. So, there's again, with that video, there's a few loose ends, especially on the Nolan front.
Yeah.
But, maybe it was a deleted scene. Maybe it was a deleted line that we just didn't see.
Yeah.
We didn't need to. I don't know. I mean, if you guys want, we could theorize this for the rest of the night. No, no, I mean,
Let's stop here.
fair enough.
Nolan.
But obviously that leads to later on, where Aiden is looking at, the warehouse or whatever the hell it is, and they're trying to find. I mean, it's a sad episode for Aiden, really. I mean, he's coming to terms with the fact that before it was like Schrodinger's cat, until you really see the body. Is she dead or is she not? And tonight, he came face to face with the fact that, yes, she is dead.
Yeah, and that was his whole motivation all along, believing that she was still alive. So now, he's got to find, as Emily was trying to prompt him, he's got to kind of find a new goal now, a new motivation to keep going.
Yeah, he doesn't have like a reason to live right now.
Not really,
That's,
or no reason to, his drive's gone. I mean, it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, I mean, it's interesting that you say Emily was the one telling him, because Emily, she dealt with that, right? Where she believed her father was dead, or at least, while growing up, her father was not dead, I'm sorry, alive. And then eventually, she found out that he did die. And then for her, it was more finding out how he actually died.
Yeah.
It was the fact that he didn't die in prison, he was murdered.
Yeah. So
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just saying that's what she's sort of prompting Aiden to kind of move on. This is your next goal, right?
Yeah.
Find out more information about how she died, or
Yeah.
why she died.
It's not a rescue anymore, it's a revenge.
Exactly.
So,
Very good.
go ahead.
No, I just that Emily also first had to come to terms with the fact that her father was not a terrorist. And so, I mean, she had to go through a lot of learning about her father after being separated from him.
Yes. Now, again, what I really liked about the storyline was how humane it made Emily.
Yes. The whole episode was very emotional for Emily, in the sense that, we...
Yeah, I mean, it's weird because, again, speaking of that the marriage, right? This is what she's always dreamed of.
Yeah.
As a little girl. And, there goes Jack into Amanda's arms, and we'll talk about that obviously at greater length. But, and now, Daniel she loved, and she, there's obviously still debate whether or not they were actually in love in the first season, right? But now that at least she had Aiden, and now Aiden's not there.
Aiden's back, though, I thought.
Yeah, I think she's getting Aiden back, don't you?
Now she is,
Yeah.
but it was very heartbreaking for her to have him walk away in that cemetery.
Yeah.
I mean, she poured out her soul.
Yeah.
What I thought was interesting was in that scene, she looked very old.
Did
she.
you?
I thought so. No,
I mean, old.
as if all of this was weighing on her.
You mean the weight? Yeah, you meant
The weight of it, like
yeah.
her face was kind of very pale.
Yeah.
Did you right? Did you guys not kind of catch that?
I mean, yeah, that's
Maybe
not
I'm reading
something that
into it.
Well, I get that. I got that feeling for the whole episode that she's really, things are kind of. I feel like that she's carrying all this now, and it's like the ramifications of what she's lost and what she, is it worth it all now? In a way, she's losing so much.
Yeah, but I don't know that I saw her as old.
Not old. I
but
just know you mean like
there's
the
a
weight
ra-
on the shoulders.
There's a
kind of thing.
radiance to
Yeah.
her, you know what I mean, which makes
Yeah.
people fall in love with her, and
Yeah.
that radiance was not there, at least in that scene for me.
Is that why she's losing all the boys now?
Could be.
Okay.
Her radiance is just not showing.
Just not there anymore.
But I'm glad. I mean, you know, it's kind of whatever you want to call it in terms of hokey, but you know, when Aiden gets up on that mountain or cliff and he looks down, like that was a really beautiful moment. Yes, why am I talking about beautiful moments of guys?
Phil, I adore you. I really do.
Valentine's Day,
That's
people.
it, yeah,
It's coming
getting
up.
all soppy.
No, but you know, that's the moment when she needed. You know what I mean? We all throughout this journey of Emily's and Aiden's too. They just need simple signs of, you know what, this is the reason to keep going. And Aiden needed that, which Emily gave him, and now he's doing the favor back.
And I really felt like having to experience that Jack getting married, that I did feel the fact that Aiden was there. You do feel like, well, she's still got somebody
Yes.
that's kind of on her side and that she can bond with, and yeah.
Well,
Go ahead. No.
I actually think that Daniel is also still really on her side, and I think that his cutting ties with her was actually protecting her, because it was when Victoria said, you know, this is going to hurt everybody you love, including Emily Thorne. And I think that's when he made that call, and I think he's absolutely just protecting her, and that he still loves her
no
very
doubt,
much.
but I don't think she knows that at this point. Does
Right.
She, no doubt he did that deliberately to protect her. Of course he did.
Right.
Yeah, which shows he very much still cares for her a lot.
Well, we always bring up the quote from the beginning, and I forgot to do that today, so might as well bring it out. In its purest form, a union becomes part of our very essence. But when that bond is broken, our essence is forever changed. So, the question I want to ask you guys, who is the perfect man for Emily? Because,
question.
well, is it Aiden, because obviously he's kind of the most like her?
And knows the truth and knows the most about her.
That's right. Jack, obviously her childhood love, and Daniel, now, especially with the flashback scenes with Victoria, is most like David Clark in that he's an innocent man
Yeah.
with a good-natured heart who just, I mean, Daniel, this poor guy. So, in your guys' opinion, perfect man for Emily. Who is she spending Valentine's Day with?
Rate it? Okay. I'm going for Aiden #1, actually, because I do think he knows her the best. He knows her history. I think Jack #2, because I think there's a sentimental connection there, and it's a childhood connection. But there's so much about Jack that he doesn't really know her. I mean, in fact, he doesn't know her anymore. So there's a whole gap there that they'd have to get to know each other again. So is he still the perfect man? Yes, from her childhood, yes. And Daniel, I think, poor old Daniel, no, I don't think he's really up to her.
Daniel has no one.
No, I don't think he's really Emily's match at all.
Okay, well, I think Aiden, #1. I think that she can actually be herself around him.
Yeah.
He's called her Amanda in the past, which I think was like a really tender moment. Because now I'm with the tender moments. But yeah, she can actually be herself, and I think that they really understand each other, and I think it's so important in a relationship to really understand each other, and they do, and I think that's. I think Daniel #2.
Oh.
I think
we have
I think Daniel #2, if he's not with Grace and Global, if he's not with his parents, if he sort of detaches from his parents, because I think they actually do come from a similar background, a similar echelon of life, let's say. Whereas Jack, they were childhood friends and whatever, but there's, this huge gap of time where they just really don't know each other. And now I think Jack's just kind of like a good old boy, and, you know, and blue collar and a nice guy, but I think really would never be able to like step into Emily's world.
Yeah.
So.
It's true. All right, well, I'm going to go
Did you have an opinion? Yes.
Yeah,
Okay, great.
I'll say Aiden because...
So we love it for Aiden.
Yeah.
Woo.
I know. Well, you know, later on they talk about, you know, a union needs to form like perfection or what, I forget the exact quote. And so together, they are the perfect revenge couple. Now, Daniel, for me, second, only because, you know, I think she could love him. I think, you know, there's parts of him that remind her of, you know, her own father and stuff like that. Ultimately, I think Daniel's role in the grand scheme of revenge, however many seasons, which I hope it's 8, he's going to be a pawn. He's going to be he's the lamb that's going to be sacrificed. And every week, you know, they're toying with Daniel as if he's the sacrificial lamb, and he's not going to die until that very end.
Do you think right?
You know, because that's his role, I think.
Yeah. So
And
poor old Jack gets third again.
That's right. And I think here's the thing. I think he's going to love Emily. He's going to somehow find out the truth. And in order to save her, he's going to be like, take me. Whatever.
Daniel?
Daniel, yes. I know. Poor Daniel.
But I don't know. I sort of still go, I think that sentimentality and that childhood love, I don't think that's disappeared from Emily to Jack. I mean, that's the thing. That's why
It hasn't, but the distance between them continues to grow.
But and I also think that there's something. I think she romanticizes it, and we all do the same thing. You know, we romanticize a memory. But I think that if they were to actually try to be in a relationship together, that it wouldn't work now at this point.
Do you think he's actually better suited to fake Amanda because they sort of are more the same blue collar, whatever? I don't know. You know, you mean not that sort of? Do you think they're actually a better match?
No, only because she is living a lie.
Yeah. Well, apart from that.
But he refuses to tell her stuff too. So they're perfect. For
Yeah,
each
but
other.
like at least she knows who he is.
All right. Well, let's talk about them. Obviously, we're left with from whatever weeks ago. Conrad owns half the bar, and he's got and why would you trust Conrad? How quickly Conrad went from I'm going to save this. Oh wait, we can build a casino. That sounds great.
Yeah.
Too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And again, I love how the deals change so fast. You know, eventually Amanda obviously gets money from Emily and goes to Jack about it, and Jack proposes. Oh, the deals changed. Oh, how quickly the deals change for Conrad.
Yeah.
You know, I feel bad. Like, why would you trust these people? You know, and it just goes to show how far their backs against the wall, you know, at the point that they were because of the Ryans. But
Yeah, and why wouldn't they have gone to Emily for help?
she was preoccupied at the time. I mean, I don't know how many. You know, do you think? Well, obviously, from tonight's episode, we got Jack doesn't like when his friends being in debt to his friends.
Right.
He'd rather be in debt to his enemies, as
Yeah, that's much smarter.
truly is. And I don't know. I mean, does it come just from pride?
Yes. Foolish pride.
Foolish pride. I mean, you know, at the time, at least, you know, he was doing it because he knew Conrad has something to gain, which he thought they were aligned. But at the very least, you know, it benefited Conrad, and so therefore he's not just a charity case.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I think, like, I understand the sort of macho pride to an extent, but I mean, you're in jail, your family's in jeopardy, your bar is in jeopardy, your business, you know, I mean, they were in like serious trouble. I think at that point it's okay to make a call to your friends. Like,
But maybe he just saw Conrad was a powerful person that could get him out of that, and no matter what the deal was.
you know, you don't get in bed with the Graysons. I mean, it's,
I know, you don't,
know,
but I mean, at the time, maybe he thought he didn't have much choice.
Well, I
'Cause he
mean,
did get him out of jail, and I mean, Grayson did
yeah, but
help.
he did. I mean, think of how happy Jack was up until the moment he found out that Conrad was basically going to build this casino, right?
Yeah.
Look at him. He's shaved. The weight is off his shoulders.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, no, he was, there was you know.
I thought he shaved because he was going to get married.
Well, that too, but but he can now get married because of that.
Yeah.
You know, whereas before, like, he couldn't get married. No, he didn't have. You know, there was bigger stuff to worry about.
yeah.
So, you know, I don't know. But obviously, in terms of that whole storyline. Well, do we want to talk about the wedding real fast?
Yeah.
Sure. The pipe cleaner Great touch by Emily,
Yeah,
but also very heartbreaking. I thought that was,
it was very sad.
and then
You know, there was a moment where I thought, not that it was going to happen, that fake Amanda was going to go, I love you, you're the best man, but I can't do it. I have to tell you the truth. But of course, that wasn't going to happen.
No way.
I can't marry you.
I thought something like that could have happened.
I know.
Yeah. She did say, I don't deserve you,
Yeah, right.
which is the
really
most
coming
subtle
clean.
way of,
That's really coming clean, right?
yeah. What did you think of the wedding? By the way, Nolan.
Yeah. Wait. What?
Wait, when did he learn to become? Do you call it justice of the peace here? What do you call it here? When someone can marry?
What,
We
he's
call
not-
it legally.
We call it a JP in Australia, but I don't.
Well,
know
yeah,
if
we
that's-
have justice of the peace,
Yeah?
but that's not what he was doing. He's not a justice of the peace. He was officiating.
He's a
Yeah.
minister, for lack of a better term.
He's not a minister. He
Martin, what do you call the person who oversees a wedding?
Well, they,
Well,
can
it
lead-
depends on where you are, but
Well-
it's an officiant.
Okay,
It's an
I've never heard
It's
that
an
term.
officiant.
Okay,
Or,
you,
yeah,
Martin.
justice of the peace.
just
it is justice. Okay,
he was
that's all I know.
clearly, marriage is right on my mind.
he got.
With Valentine's coming up.
I don't put it past you, Phil. He brought up engagement rings. He's like, I wish this was an engagement ring before we got on the air. Remember?
You're in for a surprise at the end of the episode.
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
okay.
Yeah.
Inside joke, everybody.
You can get officiated online
Yeah, I
these
know
days.
that. Yes, I
Yeah.
know that.
So no,
Whatever.
I mean,
who cares?
Just maybe they couldn't afford another extra or another speaking part.
Yeah,
you know?
honestly, yeah.
You know, they would have to pay someone. I mean, right, if you speak, you get higher wage. If you're
yeah, I
not
mean
extra,
that's a
right?
lot of lines, huh?
Yeah, that's right. You
So-
can't just bring in a stranger now to do it. It had to be someone that was already there.
Yeah, and I think I mean, us as audience members found it really hilarious that again, Nolan's delivering this.
Yeah.
And at the end, he's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, no, hey, I gotta finish.
Yeah.
Then you kiss." So I thought that was a nice touch. But the pipe clean. By the way, did he ever have the bow? Right? 'Cause
Yeah, he
said-
had that with him.
But he didn't have it on his neck.
No, he's had it in his pocket.
Yeah,
Never
but
put it on.
Jack.
Yeah.
How romantic is that? You got to take it out and put it on.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was a little bit tragic. I mean, Amanda was wearing or faux Amanda was wearing the seashell glass necklace that Jack had made, that they gotten the sea glass necklace.
Yeah.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
Yeah, I'm using words tonight. The sea glass that they had gathered when they were kids. Then he made the sea glass into a necklace. It's not really meant for her, But there she is.
That whole marriage isn't meant for her.
Her marriage isn't meant for her either. Yeah, there she is wearing it to her fake marriage, her real marriage, not meant for her. Yeah, it was a little tragic.
Yeah.
It was, and the bigger tragedy for me is that Amanda went to Conrad, and now Conrad knows of the
That
evidence.
was a huge mistake. She's not as smart as Emily, real Amanda.
I mean, that's
Not by a lot.
in terms of short-term gains. That's a very, very short-term gain.
That is going to really come back, and that was such a bad move. If Emily found out about that, she would have been. She hasn't yet, but obviously she would be horrified.
Yeah.
All right, now a little bit. This is Emily's fault, and Phil, you were going to talk about this.
Yeah.
Well, it's more of a cautionary tale for listeners. Like, listen, just because you like to eat chocolate, don't make chocolate your password or something like that. Make it something, or like instead of capitalize the C if anything else, or make it like what looks like a C in terms of numbers. Maybe use a 3.
Right.
3 Hocklet or whatever, right? Infinity. Put a 1 instead of an I. Make it uppercase.
Yeah.
I know. I mean,
Something.
to someone that's so clever, why would you pick such a lame password?
Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't make
I'd make it like the farthest thing. Like I like gum. There you go. It's the most whatever password you could think of. Use a password generator. I don't know.
right. Doesn't make sense.
No.
But
Not really believable
not really believable.
to the series, as clever as she is.
Yeah, exactly.
I just hate those moments of like, oh, let me think about this. Oh, There's the
we go.
infinity.
Ooh, must
Oh.
But she didn't even try double infinity. She knew straight away it was just infinity.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we go along with it, but it's one of those pet peeves for me.
Yeah, it was a convenience for the story, but yeah, pretty lame.
And it just irks me because it just ruins so many things. And Amanda, you are dumb. That action was
So dumb.
you know, and all right, so let me ask you this. What, obviously there's a ramification, but what is the ramification now that Conrad, he is targeting Amanda?
Well, also, wasn't it that Conrad was under the impression all this time it was the initiative doing this, and now she's kind of revealed that it's Amanda Clark behind a lot of all this. Weren't they? That's massive. Massive.
And that is,
Yeah, it's really given the game away. I mean, he doesn't realize that he's got the wrong person, but she totally gave the game away. Because up to this, Conrad and Victoria thought everything that had happened was orchestrated by the initiative. And now he knows it's not.
That's a very good point. So let me follow up real fast, and I'm jumping to the end. Is it going to change what now Conrad thinks when he sees, you know, next episode that Helen is dead? Is he going to be against Victoria? Because obviously now Helen represents the initiative, and if the initiative is, quote, at least part of it is dead, was that the right move? How is he going to view this? This is going to be insane.
Well, I mean, it was still the right move because they were still threatening Daniel's life. So, I mean, as far as Victoria and Conrad are concerned, yes, that was still the right move. They still had to protect their son. So...
Well, from a...
And she deserved it. Come on. She had it coming.
Yeah.
she did.
She had it coming.
But what sucks is you would hope at the hands of Emily or Aiden, you know, because now Aiden can't really avenge anyone, neither can Emily, so
there must be someone else coming in from the initiative if Helen's out. Like, I can't imagine that's the last we've seen of the initiative.
I can't imagine, but at least it brings the story back to now, you know, as we've hoped, less of the initiative, more of the people.
Yes, we have been hoping that.
We have.
But I remember the first time we saw that Daniel's office was bugged, there was like a team room, just a whole boardroom full of people watching. So
I'm saying she's not the only one. I mean, there's going to be more coming.
Right, yeah. So who knows?
How do I sign up for this initiative? I just want to, you know, it seems like terrible fun. That's the best way I'll describe it. You know, granted you have to kill people, but you know.
Oh yeah, small thing, right? Destroy the world. Who cares?
But getting back to the Conrad and Amanda thing, you know, obviously it's he knows who to target, which is obviously Jack, Declan. Heck, you have the kid, Carl. You know, I mean, you want to dangle something, you know, a carrot in front of everybody. Just the kid. Take the kid. Threaten the kid's life. Give him like a poison or something. Anything. You know? Yeah. That'll get people going. So yeah, and obviously it sets up what will be next week for the boat explosion, because now our man, you know, Nate Ryan.
It's on the boat.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's crazy. His shackles got unleashed, and now he's on, you know.
First of all, you think he's going to blow up the boat while he's on it?
Well, that would make any sense.
No, that would be stupid, but...
He's not a suicide bomber.
So he has to have an escape route.
Yes.
It kind of looked like Emily was on the boat.
Well, she will be.
How does she... I don't understand how this is going to happen.
We'll find out. We'll predict that. But you could tell how, you know, like even Conrad knows this is a recipe for disaster, because as he says, we never talked. And he said it in such a way that was like, you know, I don't even know what you're going to do. Like there's like some people that are just going to kill people, but like Nate Ryan just has this look in his eye like he's going to blow up a boat.
Yeah.
That's what he's going to do.
Yeah.
But even Conrad is scared of that. So, just Amanda, I'm so mad because it's less about the stupidity of Amanda, but it's now more of the consequences for Emily. Because now she has to pick up the pieces, and that's what makes me upset. It's not dumb Amanda can be dumb Amanda as long as it only affects her, and if it affects Jack and Declan, fine. But if it affects Emily, that's where I get really mad.
So, just backing up a little bit though, did Emily know that Amanda knew where all her stuff was?
I don't know. I mean,
because I was thinking but then that's another dumb move. If she knew that she knew where the doubled infinity box was in her computer, she should have put it in another spot.
Yeah, well, she was living there for a while.
Or do you think she didn't know that she knew where it was?
No, I mean, I'm saying Amanda was living there for a while, so she had to have...
Yeah, I think, here's what I think it is. I think, and you guys can let me know if you guys think I'm right or wrong, but I think Emily trusted Amanda, or at least in the moments that she needed her help, she let her know some things that she might have not, should have not at the moment.
Right.
And now it's coming to bite her. And there was her mistake.
Well,
there
she
was
should've-
Emily's mistake.
Yeah. And Amanda should have gone to Emily, not taken action herself. She should have said, okay, what do we do about this now?
Yeah.
You know, they're not taking the deal. Yeah. So, but that was just stupid to take it on herself.
That was very, very stupid.
Yeah.
Before we talk about the last kind of, obviously, Helen, which was tonight's cliffhanger, you know what? I'm on a cliffhanger of my own. I don't know what the right term would be, but I want to know what you guys think at home of our after show. So we're on the edge of our seats, and so we'll be waiting for you to rate and comment on iTunes. So until you do, we'll be on the edge of our seats, literally.
I am on the edge of my seat.
Literally.
I am literally, yeah.
So, and hey, you know what? Just with Valentine's Day coming up, make us feel good. You know, don't let us spend Valentine's Day alone without any iTunes comments to read. That's
Well, as long as they're nice comments. It's Valentine's Day.
hey, you know what?
Yeah, we spent the last 2 weeks reading those really not so nice comments, which is okay too.
You know what?
It's okay too.
How about I'm gonna be more vain than that. Give us 5 stars, and you can write the meanest comment you want. I really don't care as long as you give us 5 stars. How about that?
That's a Valentine's present.
That's right. I don't even care. I don't even care if you like me or hate me. Just give me 5 stars.
It's not true.
That's a bold statement right there.
It's not true. He cares, guys.
I do.
Never read your critics.
All right. Let's talk about Helen. We all thought what a dumb move by Victoria when she came into the office. But now we don't.
No, Victoria's smart. Unlike Emily, who does lame passwords, Victoria is smart.
Was it so smart to kill her in her own house, though?
I just love that scene, though, with the bodies there and the 3 of them are standing behind. I thought that was just such a perfect Grayson moment.
Yes,
Dead body on the floor, the 3 of them behind.
I think it was smart, and here's why. I think it's really going to bring this family back together again. And
Nothing like a dead body.
Yeah, listen, you laugh, but I mean, when the episode opened, close to the beginning anyway, Victoria said, "How long is this going to go on? You can't keep treating me like this." And Daniel was crabby pants with her, and there's nothing like a dead body really to bring a family back together.
That's what I felt like. It was a beautiful family moment. Dead body on the floor, the 3 of them standing behind. It was touching.
We all like this moment, right? And go ahead. I'll let you know. But the moment of go ahead when Conrad comes in. You guys all like this moment.
Yeah.
With his first line. I was gonna have. I'll say. But when it was like what I think we all loved about it was the fact that Conrad's like running in, and it's like a family with good news, right? Everyone's got news, except it's not good news.
Exactly, me first.
Yeah, and that's what made it funny. Like, hey, I have news about Amanda, blah blah. Why don't I go first?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was great. That was my favorite scene tonight. I have to say.
I'll go first. Yeah.
And the irony is, this isn't the first time for this family.
Right.
Once, let's say every 4 or 5 years, this is a normal occurrence. We've gotten used to it. So yeah. But obviously the complication was killing Helen a smart idea from Conrad's perspective? I don't think from Daniel and Victoria's, but from Conrad's. I think it will be.
You think it's going to be smart? Did you say?
I think he's going to be mad a little bit because now instead of blaming the initiative for a lot of the things, he's going to blame Amanda, and so he's going to think it a dumb move to have killed Helen.
Right.
But they were still going to kill Daniel.
Objectively, we know this, but Conrad may not know.
No, Helen said those words to Victoria.
To Victoria?
Yes, repeatedly to Victoria.
Not Conrad.
No, when they were still on good terms, she threatened that. They were going to reunite because to protect their son's life.
Okay, but again, what I'm saying is you're seeing this from a bird's eye view, right? We're watching the show.
I know.
Imagine yourself in Conrad's shoes.
I understand, but do you remember that earlier this season they reunited in order to protect their son, to save his life?
But that goes out the window if Conrad thinks that a lot of this has to do with Amanda.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that that's true. I mean, because they did still directly threaten his life.
And it was obvious that they're setting him up for something real bad. You know,
Right.
that moving the money and, you know, that's obvious that they're setting Daniel up. So from that point of view, wasn't it a good move? Although I'm sure there's, like I said, more from the initiative to come. But
Again, we can't
Yeah, but
figure out
no,
if
but
Padma is good or bad.
Right.
So
And hold on.
she might
and,
be running the initiative.
and a lot of what happened to the Graysons afterward, they were blaming on the initiative. But they know that the initiative had a lot to do with setting them up. They know that.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that had nothing to do with Amanda.
Right,
So
yeah.
The whole thing prior
Yeah,
to
Amanda
coming back.
didn't do that at 8 years old, you know?
No.
But they think that so
So let me ask you this though: if they obviously know what the initiative is capable of, but now at least in Conrad's eyes, a lot of things that they've been doing, they thought were against the initiative or caused by the initiative was actually Amanda, and by doing this, they pissed off the initiative. How pissed off is Conrad and Amanda?
pretty pissed.
That's
Like a 10.
Yeah.
That's where I'm getting at.
That was
Anybody?
exhausting getting there.
That was exhausting getting
And
there.
how they're getting rid of the body, we didn't get to that point, but I guess they're just going to drag it out. Or,
They have a book for that.
Yeah,
They're like,
they
all
got a
right,
system.
yeah, getting rid of body.
Dead
That was
bodies.
Yeah.
Wiping up the floor.
too bad they don't have Frank. Frank would, I
That's
mean,
right. They had someone doing it, right?
Yeah, Frank was the ultimate, but now they got their hands dirty. Anything else that you guys would like to say about this amazing episode? Just general thoughts.
Anything.
I mean, I really love seeing Charlotte and Declan as parents. I think it's
That was
precious.
cute.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I only like
frightened.
Declan with Charlotte. When Declan's just doing stuff on his own, I just don't like him.
I don't even like
when
him
he's
with Charlotte.
no.
But he's like rubbing her elbow, and I'm like,
Oh, yeah,
stop,
but it's kinda,
stop.
They're kind of cute together. I think she kind of makes him seem better. But when they weren't together, he just bugged me.
Yeah. Newsflash, fellas. Ladies do not enjoy the elbow rub.
Valentine's tip.
Yeah. Don't do
Little
that.
Valentine's tip.
Don't do that.
I mean, that's the lead. Oh my goodness, Declan. All right. Well,
But it is kind of cute that Charlotte's finding a family with them now. Like,
Yes.
She doesn't feel she has a family with her mother and Daniel and Conrad. So she's feeling like her family now is Jack and Declan and Amanda.
granted, she stepped up. Still not a good family to.
Yeah.
Charlotte, move away. Far, far away.
Oh, and we forgot to mention somebody tonight,
Who do we then?
Ashley.
Oh, Ashley.
Slutty Ashley.
Slutty Ashley.
Why? Because she's always in the background.
Listening.
She's probably listening right now.
She's
Yeah.
probably right out there now.
Ashley, come out.
Yes. I love that line where she was with Conrad and Victoria walks in and says, "Oh, fully clothed, what a change."
Yes.
That was very
How
cute.
refreshing.
How refreshing.
Yeah.
How refreshing, yes.
That was very funny.
So do you think her eavesdropping would lead to something? Because that was pretty obvious that she was listening. Was there some reason for that, do you think?
Was there? Of course there's
Yeah.
a reason.
Who's she going to tell?
Who's she gonna tell? Well, who is she gonna tell? It's gonna benefit her. I don't know yet. What is the next move for? I don't know. I don't know what goes through this girl's brain.
Yes.
But because she's an opportunist, and now is there an opportunity by her knowing this about Conrad? Then she would say something to Conrad to try to help him. I don't know.
I don't know, or maybe knowing that about Amanda, will she start figuring things out a bit more? Maybe she'll figure out who the real Amanda is. I don't know. Is she that
Well,
smart?
then, real Amanda, please stand up.
Yes.
And with that, why don't we get into news, because we're not going to come to any hard conclusions.
Right.
AfterBuzz TV News.
All right. You lovely ladies have something. It's not very...
Not very cohesive tonight.
Yeah, I just have like a really quick. Elle hosted a Women in Television event And all the ladies from Revenge were there. All the Revenge ladies, and actually our very own Maria Menounos was also honored. So look at that. It all comes together. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's nice.
And we were just discussing what we could remember about Josh Bowman's appearance on Jimmy Kimmel.
He had a lovely interview.
Really lovely, yeah. And he was talking about his history as a rugby player.
And he wasn't very good, apparently.
Apparently he was terrible. But he was a professional rugby player.
Must be better than Polo. Remember him in his Polo days on season 1?
No.
That's how the first date was set up between him and Emily.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, he was a rugby player, and then he has had several careers, right? Because he was a rugby player, as a model.
Right.
So he's done a few things.
He's had a few careers. I wish I could at least say I have had one career. Like, what does that mean? I've had multiple careers.
Well, he's done a few things. Yeah. Before landing into acting, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And he came over as very pleasant.
All right. Well, I could see that as a career. Most people who are starting to make it, they're like, yeah, I worked at a coffee shop. I don't think they'd call it a career.
Oh, he was a professional rugby player. That's pretty serious.
That is that's what I'm saying.
He wasn't just playing in school. He was professional rugby.
Yeah, but he wasn't very good. They fired him pretty quickly, I guess.
But to even get to that level, you would have had to
totally
be professional.
But he was injured.
Really good.
He was injured too much, so they.
Oh, that's what sucks.
Yeah. But he was like, okay, let's keep going with this.
And then I've got really vague news because I can't remember what it was, other than the fact that there is a new cast member coming in. Sorry about this, that I should know this better. It's got something to do with Emily, yes. A past sibling or a past, a step, I think it had step in it. Step
sibling.
Yes.
We'll go with step sibling.
Yes, so that's as best I can do, is what I can remember, sorry.
That's pretty good.
All right, so with that, we move into predictions for the
And now,
climax.
your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Well,
Emily ends up on the boat. How does she end up on the boat? What the hell is going on?
That teaser's left me terribly confused, the teaser for next week. I don't know what's going on.
But terribly excited.
But yeah, it could be anything. But the boat blows up. We know that. But which boat? Where?
We've known that
maybe it's another boat.
Weeks. We've known that forever.
But maybe it's another boat. Was it that boat?
And,
I don't know.
And obviously, it all comes to a head for Emily. Like, you know, she stands to lose a lot.
Well, cost her everything. By the way, the people who write these 30, 60-second spots are really good at what they do. So it might be nothing. It might be, just so we don't get overexcited. Exactly. I just want to say. You know
what?
Very good at cutting them together.
They are.
Yes.
You know what I hope they're like really terrible writers that really good people hire, and they're like trying to tell a story, but they're so bad at it that whatever they put together is just absolutely horrible. But obviously it works because it gets everyone to. That's what, I would love that.
Yeah, that happens with a lot of movies. You know, you go. They give you the movie trailer and you're like, oh, I really want to see that. It looks so good. And you like see the movie and you're like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. They looked awesome. What happened?
Editing's amazing what you can do.
Does not happen with Revenge, right?
Man, I don't know. I don't know. I never know. Padma, is she good? Is she bad? I mean, Jesus.
I don't trust her.
I don't trust her.
I don't know.
We got to get rid of this dead body.
I'm gonna say she's bad. I'm going to say they're going to have no problem getting rid of the body, but there are going to be some questions about where Helen Crowley is. I'm going to say they get Emily on the boat. I don't know. It might be something as simple as a cell phone working.
Why would Emily be on the boat? Are they still? You know what I couldn't tell though. Were they out to sea or were they back at dock when the boat blew up? That's the only thing I couldn't tell.
I think they were a little. I mean,
didn't quite look like it was at sea. I might be wrong. Could it be back at the? Could this happen back at the dock?
Well,
no one knows.
I don't know, but
we are as excellent as this as.
Well, that guy's got to get off, right? No, I mean, there's no way the thing's going to blow up with him on it, Nate.
Right.
So.
Right. Yeah, he's got to get off somewhere, and I don't know how they're able. I mean, that boat's pretty small. It's not like a yacht, so. I don't know how
they're so in love.
How did they not notice him there?
Didn't they like load a bag or anything? I mean,
What they just?
Yeah. How is Nate able to like creep around there?
Exactly.
Maybe he scuba dived, landed on the boat.
Maybe.
questions we all have that need to be answered that we'll find out next week. But until then, you can tweet us at AfterBuzz TV. We have an Instagram. That's AfterBuzz TV yet again.
You've got an Instagram now.
That's right.
I love Instagram.
That's right. And, well, what is your Instagram?
My Instagram and Twitter are at Katherine Tulich, KATHERINETULICH.
And I'm Anna Koppel. You can follow me at Koppel for Mayor, KOPPELFORMAYOR.
Yeah, so chat with us off air, but online. And until then, until next week, we're going to sign off for this week. I got to work on my endings.
Yeah, that's good.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.